Hi, it's Alexis Hasselberger, time management and productivity coach. The last few weeks, we've been talking all about prioritization and different frameworks that we can use to prioritize our tasks for what days we need to get them done, to prioritize which projects and things we should even take on in the first place. And today, I want to talk about how to prioritize within the workday. So let's assume that you've prioritized the right things, right? You're staring down a list of the things that you need to do today, and it's the right set of things, and it's the right amount of time that you have to do it relatively. Now, how do you tackle that? What order do you do things in? Does it even matter? Well, I think, yeah, it definitely matters. And so I want to share with you just a simple framework for how to get the things done that you need to get done, how to prioritize within the day in a way that doesn't feel like you're kind of always chasing and feeling like you have to play catch up. So, the first thing that I want to do and that I'm going to tell you about is something that may sound a little counterintuitive. And that is that we don't want to start with email and messaging. So, I think a lot of us, we grab our coffee, we sit down at our laptop, and we open up email, and that's where we start, right? And what happens then is that we are now in this kind of reactionary cycle. We're indebted to these other people. We've seen their messages and we need to reply. And it can really get easy. It's easy to just get stuck there. Is the nature of email and Slack and messaging is that it just keeps coming. We can start there and never really pull ourselves out to work on the most important things that we need to do. So instead, I want you to start with the most important thing that you have to do, the must do's, the things where if you don't get them done today, that means you're working late today or something really bad is going to happen. We want to start with those must do's and do those first. Maybe spend an hour or so doing those in the morning before you even check messaging the first time. And then you'll be really amazed at how much you can actually get done when all of those, open loops in your brain about the messages you need to get back to people on are not there yet, right? Now, some people say, well, isn't like email's really important, Slack is really important. Don't I need to know what's going on before I get started with work? And I just find that whether you get back to somebody at 8:30 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. doesn't really make a difference to anyone. They don't even notice. But the amount of work that you can actually get done, the amount of progress you can make in that first hour or so, in the morning will really, or whatever time you're starting work, right? At just the beginning of your day is really going to make a difference. It's going to make a meaningful difference. So start with your must do's, right? Do those first. Then what we want to do is do the quick hits. And these are probably the things that you're tempted to start with, but I want you to push them after the must do's, right? So quick hits are returning that phone call, sending out that email, doing your expenses, doing anything that just takes a few minutes. And we usually have lots of these things on our plate because we've got to follow up and push things along. These things are often things that are occurring within the kind of communications world. They're a phone call, an email, a Slack, et cetera. And so it can make sense now to also be processing email and Slack, et cetera, for the first time of the day. So those quick hits. And these are the things that they're going to feel good. You're going to get a little dopamine hit as you're checking things right off of the list, right? So now you've done your must do's, your most important things, and you got your quick hits, these things where maybe somebody's being blocked by you, they need information, etc. And then what do you want to do after? Well, after that, you want to have the nice to haves. You want to have those things where, yeah, if you can get them today, that would be great. That would be really fantastic if you can get these things done today. But if you run out of time, you didn't quite estimate appropriately, or some brand new must do showed up in the middle of the day, then it's okay. These nice to dos, they were nice to do. And you can reprioritize them for another day that makes sense if you need to, right? Hopefully you get them done. But if you need to, reprioritizing them won't cause, harm or consequences. Now think about it this way. What if you started with those nice to dos and you ran out of time? And what you're left with at the end of the day are the must to dos, right? Now you either have to work late or you have to you have to tell people that you're letting them down, right? Because you didn't get something done when you needed to get it done. And those are much bigger problems than having started with those things and moving some things that were not that essential for today. So don't start with email. Move first to the must do's, the things you have to do, then the quick hits, all of those nice little things that you want to just check off of the list. And then finally end with the nice to haves, the nice to do's, because if you don't get a chance to do them, it's okay.
Hey, the video editor here. Just want to quickly say drop a like and subscribe. As you can see, only 11.3% of the people that watch our videos are actually subscribed. So just be a big help if you subscribed and comment something. So, thank you.